Hey everyone, and welcome to the Women of War podcast, where we dive into the untold stories of women's bravery, struggles, and resilience in the midst of conflict. I am your host, Megan, and together we'll explore the powerful narratives of women who've stood on the front lines, those who have been caught in the crossfires, and the lasting impact war has had on their lives. From ancient warriors to modern day heroes, we'll uncover the roles women have played in shaping history throughout war and peace. So grab your headphones and let's embark on this journey to hear the voices of women who fought battles both seen and unseen. Get ready for an eye-opening experience on the Women of War podcast. Today's episode is on the remarkable life and legacy of Catherine of Aragon, one of the most influential queens in English history. As we delve into her story, we will uncover the complexities of her reign, her strategic prowess, and her enduring impact on Tudor England. So, let's jump into it. Catherine's journey began with her marriage to Henry VIII's older brother, Arthur, Prince of Wales. However, Arthur's untimely death left Catherine in a precarious position, caught between the shifting tides of diplomacy and alliance between Spain and England. It wasn't until Henry VII's death in 1509 that Catherine's fortunes changed as Henry VIII ascended to the throne and promptly married his brother's widow, forging a loving relationship that would eventually be tested by political pressures and personal desires. Despite the popular image of Catherine as a dowdy and over-pious queen, recent scholars have in culture depictions have highlighted her charisma, intelligence, and widespread popularity among her subjects. She was not merely a passive figurehead, but an active participant in the governing and protection of England, particularly during Henry's military campaigns. In 1513, Catherine was entrusted with command of the kingdom while Henry waged war against France. Her leadership during this time was characterized by meticulously planning strategic mobilization and resources, and a willingness to take on unprecedented roles, challenging and notions of warfare as exclusively male-dominated. The pinnacle of Catherine's leadership came during the Battle of Flodden in 1513, when she personally oversaw preparations and rallied troops in defense of England against the Scottish forces. While the details of her direct involvement in the battle remain debated, her role as a decisive leader during this tumultuous time cannot be denied. Following Flodden, Catherine's representation as a capable and determined queen only grew, solidifying her position as a revered figure in English history. Despite the challenges she faced, including Henry's later attempts to divorce her, Catherine remained steadfast in her beliefs and fought fiercely for her marriage and the Catholic faith. In conclusion, Catherine of Aragon's legacy is that of a woman who defied expectations, challenges, gender norms, and fought relentlessly for what she believed in. Her courage, resilience, and unwavering commitment to her principles continue to inspire generations, leaving an inedible mark on the annals of history. Okay guys, so I'm going to do something a little bit different, so bear with me. I'm going to kind of do like a play act thing of what I think that Catherine went through when she was actually planning the invasion with the Scots to protect England. So here is what I feel happened when Catherine was preparing. So bear with me. Here we go. Here's the scene. A grand hall in Tudor England. The room is adorned with rich tapestries, candlelit chandeliers, and a large portrait of Henry VIII looming over. And a group of advisors huddled together, deep in discussion. Catherine of Aragon, regal and composed, enters the room, her presence commanding attention. The first advisor. Your Majesty, we must prepare for the impending conflict with Scotland. James IV has declared war, and our borders are under threat. Catherine nods. Indeed, the safety of our realm is of paramount importance. We cannot afford to underestimate the threat posed by our northern neighbors. The second advisor. Your Grace, we have assembled a plan to mobilize our forces and fortify our defenses along the border. However, we lack significant resources and manpower to ensure victory. Catherine raises an eyebrow thoughtfully. Then, we must find a solution. We cannot allow our kingdom to falter in the face of adversity. What measures have been taken to secure additional support? A third advisor. Your Highness, we have reached out to our allies and neighboring countries, requesting reinforcements and supplies, but time is of the essence. We must act swiftly to bolster our defenses. Catherine nods approvingly. Very well. I shall personally oversee preparations and ensure that every resource at our disposal is utilized to the fullest extent. We shall not falter in our duty to defend England. Cut to Catherine's chambers, where she is poring over maps and military reports. A sense of determination radiates from her as she confers with her trusted advisors. Catherine, addressing her advisors. Gentlemen, we must leave no stone unturned in our preparations for the coming conflict. Every detail must be meticulously planned, and everything is accounted for. An advisor. Your Majesty, may I suggest deploying our forces strategically along the border, using the terrain to our advantage? We could establish fortified positions to repel anyone from the Scots. Catherine nods in agreement. An excellent suggestion. We shall ensure our defenses are formidable and that our troops are well equipped to withstand any assault. But we must also consider the morale of our soldiers. They must be inspired to fight with courage and conviction. Cut to the battlefield, where Catherine stands alongside her troops. She's in an armor and wielding a banner emblazoned with the royal crest. The sounds of war echo in the distance as she addresses her soldiers. Catherine raising her voice to be heard over the din of battle. Brave warriors of England, today we stand united in defense of our homeland against forces of tyranny and oppression. Let it be known that we shall not yield to the enemy, nor shall we falter in our resolve, for we fight not only for ourselves, but for the future generations who shall inherit the legacy of our courage and sacrifice. The soldiers cheer in response, their spirits lifted by Catherine's words. With renewed determination, they prepare to face the enemy with unwavering resolve. Cut to the aftermath of the battle, where Catherine surveys the field with a mixture of relief and sorrow. This ground is strewn with fallen warriors, testament to their fierce struggles that has taken place. Catherine bowing her head in reverence. We mourn the loss of those who have fallen in defense of our kingdom. Their sacrifice shall not be forgotten, nor shall their valor be in vain. Let us honor their memory by continuing to fight until victory is ours. As Catherine's words resound across the battlefield, their surviving soldiers rally around her, their spirits undiminished by the harshness and the hardships that they had endured together. They stand ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead, secure in the knowledge that their queen stands with them, a beacon of hope in a time of darkness. I hope you kind of enjoyed my play in a way that I did. I thought it would be something unique that I have not done. Since I am still new to this, I am playing around with different formats to bring you the information and to make sure that it is interesting. But I'm going to continue with my thoughts about Catherine and also a little bit on Henry VIII. So my thoughts are King Henry VIII's best thing he ever did was marry his sister-in-law Catherine. After his father's death, she was definitely the people's queen. She was strong, smart, and had the ability of leadership, which was not something that women were necessarily able to show off in that time. She had so many struggles, and not just with her husband, but also with the ability of her as a mother. She had numerous pregnancies, but only Mary survived, and Mary later became queen. But Catherine definitely had the people's love and backing, and because of that, it's a shame that King Henry VIII did not stay with her. She was an amazing queen and a strong queen, and one of the very few queens that actually went to war for England. And England was not her home country, Spain was. So she was definitely a strong woman. This is Megan signing off with Women of War podcast. Don't forget to like, love, subscribe, comment, all those things. It really does help the podcast grow, and I would greatly appreciate it. Thank y'all.